Good day to you, Miss Pamela Bangka. I am Sheena Marie De Cinco from the course Year and Section BE Ed 2A. Our group has been assigned with two topics. The first one is the inclusive, and the second one is the responsive and relevant. We've been instructed by you to give the definition, the advantages, and the disadvantages, and also examples of this topic. And since the other member already discussed the definition of our topic, I will now do my part, which I will give the advantages of the said topic, the inclusive, the responsive, and the relevant. Inclusive education plays a great role in the society as it creates bonds and connection between the teacher and the student. But it will it will benefit more on the students. Why? Because it helps all students reach their full potential. Inclusive education benefits all students, providing a learning environment that meets each student's individual needs. Inclusive education allows all students equal access to the general education curriculum, regardless of their abilities or disabilities. This approach helps all students reach their full potential by providing the necessary support they need to succeed. So, here are the advantages of the inclusive education. The first one is it will improve social skills among students. It improves social skills among students as it will enhance the experiences of one's students. This is because inclusive education ensures that all students, regardless of their ability, are allowed to learn in a mainstream classroom setting. Inclusive education also allows for more significant interaction between students to different ability levels, which helps to break down barriers and misconceptions. As a result, students' inclusive education programs tends to have better social skills than those who are not inclusive education program. Another advantage of the inclusive education is it increases self-esteem and confidence among students. I believe that having an inclusive education in the curriculum will help the students to improve their skills and their self-esteem. Why? Because teachers and students will share experiences and value those experiences, and they may apply it in their real life, or they can bring it in the outside of the school and apply it in a real life situation. In that way, the teacher and the student will have a comfortable bond, and they are eager to learn because of the bond created between the teacher and the students. That's why it will help the students to boost their confidence at school and increases the self-esteem and confidence of the students. They are eager to learn because they know where to adjust and manage their ability, which they will show to their teacher. The next advantage of the inclusive education is it builds friendships and bonds between classmates and teachers rather. Inclusive education helps classmates bond and build friendships with one another. By having all students in the same classroom, regardless of abilities, classmates have the opportunity to get to know each other better. They can learn from one another, share experiences, and make friends with the help of their teacher. This can help to break down barriers prejudice that may exist between different groups of people. It will harmonize and it will connect one people to another people, which results to a better outcome. And it will also benefit both teacher and the students for the future. And now, let's go to the responsive and relevant topic. I will give you the advantages of the responsive and relevant in education. The first one is the advantage of having responsive and relevant in education is that it helps teachers to meet the specific need of one student in a better way. When you create a lesson or a topic to your students, you must create your topic in that will relate them in their real life situation, or it can affect them in their real life situation, because in that way students can learn easily from you. In that way you can make your lesson or topic meaningful. It will also give you the opportunity to create relationship between you and to your students that will create more and more connection and more good relationship for the future. In that way you can learn what are the different abilities of your students that you may apply, or that you may adjust it to your topic. That is the basic or the first thing to do in order to give topics or lessons to your students, by observing their behavior first before conducting strategy or techniques of how to conduct your lessons. The next advantage of the responsive and relevant is that it also helps teachers to introspect how their own identity and experiences impact their attitudes and teaching practices. As I have said earlier, observing your students first will impact the way you teach, because your students have different abilities or different attitudes or different characters. In that way, you can learn which is best, or which is best for your students, that will apply to your topic will be applied to them, to the real life situation. You can change your strategy or techniques of teaching by observing your students, and in that way they can learn it from you easily. If you make your lesson or topic relatable to their life, it would be very meaningful, because you are the ones or the source of their learnings. That's why you must be aware and be prepared of everything that you do when you are making topics like that. And lastly, the advantage of having responsive and relevant is that it helps in strengthening a sense of identity. It helps in strengthening a sense of identity among students in a way that it will help them feel and makes them feel valued and empowered, because they are also likely to develop the trust needed for a building relationship with a teacher. Having responsive and relevant in education will also helps students reach their full potential by providing necessary support they need to succeed. It will help them develop their skills and capabilities that will help them for the future. it allows them to learn various settings with different types of topics or strategies of what a teacher shows to them. To conclude, the inclusive, relevant, and responsive must have in an education or in teaching approaches, as it helps to mold the heart of a teacher, and it will also improve the future of our students. That would be all, and thank you.